look just like this. That way you get used to the buttons and whatnot. Um, where's your pass? Go get a pass. Okay. Anyways, so this is what we're using today. So population density is literally taking the number of people and dividing by the area that you have. So let's just start with number one. It says there are 3.5 million people living in LA. That's obviously going to be your number of people because that's your people. That makes sense. Okay. The area of Los Angeles is 500,000 square kilometers. You want to know the population density. So this is very easy peasy. You're doing density equals population divided by area. So what number has to go on the top of my fraction? Population. Now, the only problem is I have to change 3.5 into an actual number. 3.5 million is 3,500,000. And you're dividing by the area, which is 500,000. This is going to give you basically how many people live in each square kilometer. So we just divide. That's it. What do we get? We could also do this old school and cross off zeros. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. 35 divided by 5 is what? 7. That's it. Okay. Number 2. It says the area of Chicago is 205,000 square kilometers. So these ones you will have to read. So that's obviously my area. It says the area. That's area. It says the population density is 300 people per square kilometer. I want to know my people. It says how many people live in Chicago. So I'm going to use the same formula, but the numbers are going in different places. So it's density equals population divided by area. My area is 205,000, so that's going in the bottom. I know my density is 300,000. I need to find P. I need to find the numerator. So I have 300 equals my population, which I don't know, over my area, which is 205,000. So what do? You multiply because find the population. So you basically put it over 1 and you cross multiply. So what's my population? 61,500,000. That's not too bad. The next question is how usually you'll see it, because obviously this is very easy, right? So if they're going to make it a little bit harder, what they're going to do instead is give you scientific notation, which you use sometimes in science class, which you used in middle school. You should have learned scientific notation. Most people don't remember how to change scientific notation into a number. Does anybody remember how to change it into a number? No? Okay, well, good thing you have this handy dandy fancy calculator, because you can literally type it in. So if I type this in, it can change the number for me. So if I do 4.3 times 10 to the power of 5. The nice thing is you can actually like see all of this the way it's supposed to be. It gives me the actual number, which is, what does that say? Like 4.3. And then how many zeros is it? Because what this is doing is it's moving the decimal 5 places to the right. But if you don't remember that, it's okay because the calculator will do it for you. So this one, I have 7.8 times 10 to the first. So I'm basically moving the decimal 1 place. So instead of 7.8, if you type this into the calculator, this ends up being 78. So the 43000 is my people, because it says people, live in 78 square miles of the city's town hall. We need to find the population density. So is this a multiplying problem or just a dividing problem? Huh? Dividing. So population divided by area. And that's it. And this one, I think you get a decimal. It's like 5,512.82. Easy peasy. Do we feel okay with this? Yeah, this is very easy. I would pull up the calculator so that way you can actually use it. We're gonna do one more on the front and then we'll go to the back. The back is basically an EOC review of like yesterday's stuff. So let's go to number 11 real quick. So 11 is the same type of problem. It says a fish tank holds 75 gallons of water and has a density of 0.12 fish per gallon. How many fish are in the fish tank? We don't have population because our population is now our fish. Okay. So what's the 75 gallons going to represent? Area, because that's where they live. They live in the water. So that's my A. It says my density is 0.12. So that's my density. I want to know my fish. So my fish is my P, my population. So take a second, set up your problem. Density equals population divided by area. Good thing the formulas are on the board over there. Wow, look at that. Open your eyeballs. How many fish are in my fish tank? Anyone? 9. 9. 9 fish. Okay, let's go to the back. Okay, so on the back is a review from yesterday. You have double-sided square base pyramids. Okay. And we have surface area of a sphere. And we have perimeter and area of shapes on a graph. Would you like to do one of these together? Which one looks ugly? All of them? Should we do 10? I heard you say 10. Let's do 10. These are from yesterday. If you want, we can do one of those, but let's start with 10. So 10 is giving you a shape on a graph. You have to determine the perimeter of the trapezoid. Sometimes it's perimeter, sometimes it's area. Perimeter is where you add up all the sides. Now, the nice thing about this is you have 3 sides that are literally just straight horizontal and vertical, so you can just literally count them. So how much is the top? 2. How much is the side? 2. How much is the bottom? 3. Now you cannot count the diagonal. How do we find the length of the diagonal? Pythagorean theorem. Pythagorean, you're back. Okay, so I'm making a right triangle and I'm basically going to write it off to the side and I'm going to find the hypotenuse. So if I look at my little right triangle, I have a distance of 1 at the top. And then on the side, I have 1, 2. So I'm going to find the length of the diagonal using a squared plus b squared equals c squared. So we're going to do 1 squared plus 2 squared equals c squared. So 1 squared is 1. 2 squared is 4. I add them together, I get 5. How do I get rid of the square? Square root it. If you're using the calculator that's allowed on the EOC, this thing, this is why they want you to like start messing with this now. If I'm typing in the square root of 5, normally we press 5 and then we press the square root button, but that's not right. Okay, there's an error. We have to press the square root first and then you press 5. So it's around 2.23, I think it says. Is that what it says? Yes, no? Thanks. I'm like blind and it's not on my computer, so I can't see it. Like,
Okay, yes, you live no city. What's funny?
no. The number is. The FSAs and the EOCs are like multiple choice. It's like, I would say like 25% multiple choice maybe. And it's like 25% drag and drop, and then it's like 25% type in responses. And then the 25% that's left over is like random, whatever they make you do on a graph or something. I don't know. Okay, so that is the distance of the diagonal. So this diagonal is 2.23. What do I do with all the numbers now? Add them up. So for perimeter, I do 2 plus 2 plus 3 plus 2.23 because that's a weirdo diagonal. So it's like 9.23, right? 9.23. Okay, so the other questions on the back, you're going to use yesterday's paper. I'm going to come around and look at yesterday's paper anyways. So you should probably have it out anyways. I'm going to ask you, but you have certain papers because I'm missing a paper from you. And yeah.